Well, thank you, Brian, for that glowing introduction. You've set the bar far too high. Fornication. Excuse me, I'm a little nervous. For an occasion like this, it's customary that the best man speak on behalf of the group. Curtain call. Off to a running start. Today I am honored to say a few words about our blushing groom, Mr. David Sheedy. If I am to succeed in my task, it is imperative to find that right blend of tender reminiscence, heartfelt praise, and ever so subtle humor that dances that fine line between gentle ribbing and horribly inappropriate innuendo. Probably the latter. Well, I don't claim to know everything about Dave. I do hold a few tasty morsels up my sleeve that I'm sure you'll enjoy. And if you're careful, you just might learn something. By the way, I hear the over-under is 5-1 that I crossed the line, so feel free to place bets amongst yourselves. So how to define a man like Dave? He's a loving son, grandson, and brother, cherished cousin and nephew, and now, of course, devoted husband extraordinaire. He's a loyal friend and confidant to many of you, someone you've met twice in your life at a family get-together, the guy you bumped into the bathroom only to later discover that his true identity when he walked down the aisle. Dave is also a man of many passions, at once creative yet humble, bold yet cautious. He's a man of business and leisure, sport and technology, a fighter, a lover, a cross-dresser, many things. In truth, that last one probably applies more to me. So in searching online for some tips on how to give a best man speech, I was sorely disappointed by the litany of cheesy one-liners and cautionary notes about not going too far, as with the following example. And I quote, "Good evening, everyone. This is actually the first time I've made a speech, and it's true when they say that it's nerve-wracking. I only feel slightly better knowing that I'm not the only person in the room who is apprehensive. But then again, she just married my brother." Well, this ain't no church picnic best man speech, so I've come up with a few categories of my own that I hope you'll enjoy. This one's entitled Some Fun Facts About Dave. Growing up, Dave was fond of Barney, Thundercats, and Dick Tracy underwear. So far as I recall, he didn't care much for Dick Tracy, just the underwear. Not sure why. Dave was an all-star player in baseball, soccer, and hockey, winning athletic awards in elementary school and playing junior B for the Thornhill Rattlers at the age of 17. Yeah, impressive. Yeah. It was all downhill after that. Dave was president of King's College, right-hand man to the president of Western, and came runner-up in his own bid for president only because he refused to stoop to the dirty politics and smear tactics of his main opponent. And so while he did not win that particular election, he maintained his honor and virtue in the face of a power-hungry monster whose arrogance and guile knew no bounds. Yeah. Stephen Harper could learn a thing or two from your noble example. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I just divided the room right there. Yeah.
The water's parted.
Yeah.
You hit the line.
Okay. Now, Dave has more Facebook friends than anyone I know. Literally over 1,000. And if I know Dave, I'm willing to bet that he actually knows each and every one of them. Nicknames include Daff, Eggs, Crab Cakes, Veal Chop, Wings, beef bouillon, midnight, six-pack, lady legs, T-bone, and wiggles. Now, admittedly, some of those are made up, and there'll be a prize later on for those who can guess 4 to 5 correctly. Yeah, there's no prize. No, Dave doesn't brag about this, but it's known to some that he's very well endowed. Frog in my throat. That he's very well endowed in his bank account. Yeah, it's true. He actually showed me his EBIT, which stands for earning before interest and taxes. Yeah, funny enough, it's also Latvian for penis. So who knew? Yeah, that's another fun fact, totally unrelated. I think we have a delay in the room. Yeah. I call this next section Memory Lane. So, hey Dave, you remember when you were 2 years old and I fed you a bunch of yogurt in the fridge and it got all over your face and shirt and Mom and Dad took a photo of it? Yeah, that's actually my first memory, no joke, and you can find the picture of it out there. Hey, you remember we used to play hockey in the backyard and you play goalie and I'd fire tennis balls at your head? I could never figure out why you never played goalie after all that training. I mean, you could be in the pros by now. You'd at least be better than Wongo. Okay. I was playing to that table, I have to admit. Yeah. Hey, Dave, do you remember when we were 12 and I had you serve my friends and I drinks in your Dick Tracy underwear? Yeah. And then I gave you a wedgie and ripped the underwear. Yeah. Sorry about that one. Hey, you remember we got really drunk on my birthday and tried to knock over that giant sign at 5 in the morning, but we couldn't, and then you ran up the sign full speed, knocked it over, and hurt your leg? Yeah, fun times. And Meg, my new sister-in-law, today the stars have aligned to lift you, the once betrothed, into the tender womb of holy matrimony, thus marking your fate with Dave's and becoming the envy of many a young woman whose chances for happiness just grew a little dimmer. Over the years, you've been not only a confidant and loyal companion, the yin to his yang, the wheat to his chaff, but also a refiner, nay, an elevator of tastes and sensibilities, enlarging his world of TV dinners and foxy boxing to an appreciation of foreign palates and even the theater. I have no doubt that he will continue to become a greater man with you by his side. And it's a good thing, too, that you met Dave when he did, because he was quite the wild man in his pre-Megan days. Yeah. I don't want to get him in trouble here, but let's just say the boy had so many notches in his bedpost, the thing was about to fall off. No. Of course, I'm only kidding, Meg. I'm only kidding. I'm actually talking about myself. Yeah. Yep, I was the ladies' man in the family. Yeah. No, that's not true. I struck out horribly over the years. So many rejections. So many lonely nights. Okay. Okay, so we've covered the icebreaker, how to define a man like Dave. We mocked conventional best man speeches, did the fun facts, memory lane thing, addressed the sister-in-law with glowing praises, sprinkled a dangerously ambiguous reference to the groom's slandering past, then flip it around, revealing it's a joke, yeah. Then things got a little weird. I've got a couple reminders from Dave here. Toast the bridesmaids, mentioning how pretty they look. Oh, to the lovely bridesmaids. I didn't know angels could fly so low. there's one more message from Dave here. Not sure if I can make this out. Matt, whatever you do, don't mention the pregnancy thing. I'm not sure what that means. I don't know. You'll have to interpret that for me later. Now, as you may have already concluded, I'm a bit of a jackass. But if I can be a little serious for a moment, there's one thing about Dave that stands out, at least for me, above all else, and that's his commitment to his friends and family. Whether it's a small favor like an airport pickup or something bigger, Dave is always there for those he cares about. When our mother was undergoing chemotherapy a few years ago, Dave stepped up and moved back to Toronto from his work and life in London to help her through that difficult time. This is vintage Dave. He's always been there for his family, and I know, Meg, he'll be there for you too. To Megan and Dave.